everyone. Welcome back for another episode of Red Wine and Chaos. Lars taking a bit of a break today, so you are stuck with Red.
What's up, everybody?
I love my husband, like, very much. Mm-hmm. But as we're sitting here getting ready to share this wine with you and this episode with you, he's like uber preparing. He's not like a off the cuff kind of guy.
No.
And so when he asked me what we were doing for this episode tonight, I was like, I had an idea. And he told me I needed to expand, but that's not really my style. I kind of just, you guys know, when Laura does this with me, we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and that is not who Red is.
No. If you're not prepared, bad things happen. That's every time I've ever gone off the cuff in my life, I have hurt myself. Hence the debilitating injury I have on my hand right now, keeping me basically out of work for 3 weeks straight. I'm so happy.
We kind of went off the cuff last time, though, and it was fine. It ended up fine. People loved that episode.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's because I'm on.
Lies.
Well.
Anyway, Mr. Prepared, why don't you tell everyone? We'll just get right into it.
Okay.
Tell everyone what we're drinking today.
I will butcher the name just as well as Lar does. Oh, I should have tried to read the name before. The name of it is Collezione di Paolo. It is a Chianti from Italy somewhere. It's a medium-bodied red. Best served with beef or Italian dishes. It is a Chianti, which is a Tuscan blend. That's about it. It has tastes of fresh cranberry and cherry with firm, pleasing tannins and a smooth, harmonious finish. For me, I can actually taste what they're saying now that I'm reading it.
Yeah.
But only like the cranberry part.
Careful, you almost just zhuzhed that right out of the glass.
Yeah, it tastes like berries.
It does taste like those really deep, like those deep red berries. You can taste those. I can taste those very upfront. But it's not in like a sweet way. It's just in like that very cranberry way.
Yeah. It's easy to drink.
It is easy to drink. I really like this wine.
It's pretty good.
On our 1 to 3 cheers, where are you gonna put it?
I'll go 2.5.
Hot damn, Red.
Good. I like it.
I was going to go with a 3, but I really like Chiantis, and I really like this one. And I was, did you pull this from the new box?
Yes, this came yesterday.
Yeah, I was excited to see, I think I got 2 bottles of it. Yeah. I was excited to see the Chianti in that box, because typically those are pretty good. So, we'll just get right into today's episode. So, I have not been, in case anyone was wondering, not that you are, but I have not left my robe today.
Or the first floor. Or the
second floor.
The living,
the main floor, yeah. Or where the office is.
Yeah. Haven't.
I bounced from the office to the bedroom.
Yeah, two rooms.
2 rooms.
Total today.
3 if you count the bathroom, because I peed. But I haven't gotten out of my robe today. I did get out of my robe because I did shower today. And so I'm getting out of the shower and I'm going through my whole, like, I'm in the shower and I'm going through my routine. I just bought this new shampoo that I'm trying out. It's that, in case anyone's wondering, it's called Pros. You go online, you fill out a questionnaire about like where you live and your type of hair and what you want for your hair, and then they formulate the shampoo for you.
Firstborn son's blood type, social security number.
No, it's not that
bank
aggressive.
Account routing number.
Well, they do need that because you have to pay them. But
yeah.
Anyway, so it's only the second time I've washed my hair with it. It smells really good. They say to give it about 3 or 4 washes before you start seeing a difference. So I'm washing my hair with the new shampoo, and I shaved, and then I got out of the shower, and I'm putting all of the hair stuff in my hair because one of my, I don't want to say goals, but like I want to start taking care of like my hair and my skin and stuff a little bit better.
Okay.
So I put in like the volumizing spray and the hydrating oil and the like all of the stuff that I put in my hair. I put that in my hair, and then I started to put the stuff on my face. I put like my wrinkle cream and then my vitamin C serum, and then I put moisturizer on. And I thought, well, John just took a shower before I did.
Yes.
And
I cut my hair and trim my beard. I'm fully
Scaped.
I'm kitted out, yeah.
But it didn't take you as long
No.
as it took me.
And
you
I
gave
was
a full
10 minutes.
haircut. Yeah. And shower.
Yes.
But you also don't use as much product that I do. And I couldn't help but wonder, is that like a male-female thing? Is that
Absolutely.
a John Ashley thing?
No.
Are there some males out there that use product like I do?
100%. Yeah. It's very, we were watching it earlier. It's very New Girl, Nick versus Schmidt.
Yeah.
I am definitely a Nick.
If you watch New Girl, nobody is surprised by that.
Yeah. No, I couldn't imagine life being someone even remotely close to being Schmidt. It's out of the realm of possibility for me. I have no desire.
Yeah.
To use Moroccan face cream or whatever, just some off the wall
body chutney
in my Jesus. But part of it is, in my opinion, it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
I mean,
so let me ask you this then. Why do you, because you use like beard oil and beard butter.
Well, just like I don't say shampoo doesn't do any, soap doesn't do any. No, they all do something, but like.
You're not seeing the extra of the body chutney in the shower.
Correct. Yeah. It's a step that's not necessary to me.
Yeah.
I've got, I have since separated them, but shampoo, body wash, just all in one, just top to bottom, heads to toes.
Yes.
I covered the whole thing. What more could you want? And it smelled like a mix between a pine tree and a bar.
Forest and cigars.
Yeah. So
then what, like.
But the beard, the beard butter.
That's what I wanted to get back to.
I do see the benefit of it because, you've seen where I've gone a week without using it. Yeah. And my beard is literally just a big curly.
Tangled mess.
Yeah.
So.
And it starts to fall out. Easy. It breaks.
Oh, easy. Interesting.
Yeah.
So that same theory applies to all of the stuff that I put in my hair. But I feel like it's a little bit more expensive for me to do that than it is for you.
Yeah, because women are suckers. In general. If
you can find me a product that does the same shit for cheaper, I'm happy to use it, but I'm not putting beard butter in my hair. Find a different product.
Sassoon.
No, that breaks your hair.
Hey, you don't need. It's all superfluous.
I don't know what that means.
It's not necessary.
For you?
Well, yeah, in my eyes. That's what I'm saying. I don't see how women. Who are you doing all this stuff for?
Me.
Why though? Why is it for you?
Because it makes me feel better when my hair looks pretty.
Take yourself, put yourself in another woman's shoes. Who are they doing it for?
Hopefully themselves.
Nah. That's why I'm saying put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Sure, but I
Or
would
who
hope.
did you used to do it for?
Well, I used to do it so that I could get laid.
Most women do it because
It worked
other
on
women
you.
judge them. No, your hair had nothing to do with why
I
was
looked
attracted
very pretty,
to you.
and I wore skimpy clothes.
Yeah, your chest was out. They're pretty. Everything else was nice as well, but it was this secondary to.
Well, listen, it's a package deal.
Well, I know it's a good package. I'm not saying it's not, but what's the first thing you notice on a car? It's not the 17 cup holders and the Italian leather seats.
Although a car should have 17 cup holders.
Some of them do. Most women. That's why minivans and stuff have 15 cup holders. And
I meant like in the front.
Yeah. Me too.
Wait. So the other thing I was thinking about is not to call you out, but you said you were kind of in a mood today because you were bitter about your hand and still having to be on light duty.
Yeah.
Because the stitches didn't come out, right?
Yeah.
Or they came out, but it didn't close correctly.
Right. The guy that put the stitches in didn't cinch the wound up tight enough.
Yeah.
So I've got steri strips on that, I've got to keep them completely dry and keep them covered, blah, 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 blah. It's no better than
having stitches.
It's the same thing. So what was the point?
So you were kind of in a funk today, and I've noticed that, and I'm kind of the same way, but when you were in a funk, you kind of, I don't want to say shut down, but
I keep to myself.
You keep to yourself. You go play your video games, or you just...
Because I'm in my head.
Yeah, you stay away. Yeah. And, typically, women... I think I do a combination of all of it, but typically women don't do that.
No. You brood. You make sure everybody knows that you're upset. Yeah, you do that. When it's minor stuff. Bigger stuff you keep to yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's another one of those women versus, men things where
I feel like the question why could come up all the time, and I don't know if we'll ever really get an answer, but why do you do that instead of telling me what's going on when I clearly am begging you to tell me what's going on?
Well, it's how I was raised.
Okay.
It's got to be upbringing.
Yeah.
Has to be. As a young man, I was always taught, keep your chin up, stiff upper lip, walk it off when I got injured. Mm-hmm. Right? Instead of saying no, I'm really hurt. I shouldn't move. Just get up, walk it off. I think I have CTE. I don't know. Maybe. It's certainly a possibility from football. But
well, and I feel I like that you said that because I feel like I'm thinking back to when I was injured in sports, or any female was injured in sports while I was playing.
Yeah. The world screeches to a halt.
Correct. So when I got popped in the eye, now granted,
that was a big one.
It was a big one and they did the right thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like had that happen to you when you were playing,
I'd have been in the dugout.
Correct.
Getting steri strips from the trainer.
And they would have just allowed that.
Yeah.
They would have been like, yeah, cool. Can I also maybe put some gauze on it too to hold it in? But you get back out there. Mm-hmm. And that didn't happen with me.
Right.
They didn't make a huge fuss, I think, because
they
didn't want to scare me.
Yeah, but you went to the ER, right?
Yeah, I had to get 13 stitches or something.
Yeah.
And so they did everything. They pulled me out and I asked them to steri strip it. Right. And he was like, that's not happening. You're going to put this towel over your face.
And
you're going to go to the
walk
ER.
To the ambulance. Yeah.
I did make them let my mom take me though. They were going to call an ambulance, and
I don't think Pam would have had it any other way.
No.
So,
no. And we were close enough to a hospital, and I was conscious. It was.
You said that you're close enough to anything.
That's true. So I just have been thinking a lot of lately about these differences between like the things men and the things women do, both like superficially, emotionally, physically, like
socially,
yeah. Even. I mean, in that regard, like I don't think all men are like that, but you and I are wildly different when it comes to our social mannerisms.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's almost stereotypical.
Yeah.
You know, you are bright and bubbly and outgoing and outspoken, and, you know, that's absolutely not what I'm about. I don't call the pizza place.
Right. If it doesn't have an app, folks,
yeah,
we're not getting it.
I'm not
that
talking
evening.
on the phone. The weird thing is, though, when I'm going, like, I am quite literally almost every time going to pick up the food. You aren't the one that goes,
No.
like, I'll get out of, like, we'll both be in the car, but I will go in and I'll get it. And I don't have any trouble with those interactions for whatever reason. But if I've got to talk to somebody, I lock up, I clam up, I don't like it.
That was like when I took that phone call from work today. You knew exactly what that guy on the other end.
Oh yeah,
he
rehearsed that. It was he had ran it through his head 4 or 5 times. He knew all the details forward and backward. You know, any question you might throw at him, he had an answer to prepared on a note card in front of him. No, I do the same shit. I'm so socially awkward and anxious. I don't like it at all. I'd rather just, if I don't know you, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I will never approach some random person.
Like you'll never just chit chat with someone at the bar.
God, no.
If you go to the bar by yourself.
Well, first of all, I don't go to the bar by myself.
That's true.
If I'm going to be an alcoholic, I'm going to do it the right way with a bottle by myself at home. I don't need any social interaction to deal with my demons.
God. So how do you prevent Oliver then from, because I can't imagine that's, I know it's not easy for you.
Yeah, no.
So how do you show Oliver, like, you don't have to be socially awkward like me. You don't have to bottle up your emotions like me.
Right.
You can do all of these things and still be a contributing male member of society. Like,
yeah, and it's a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Because of the way I was brought up. I was, you know, both my parents were super, you know, they're great parents.
Yeah.
They were divorced at a young age for me. I think I was, 4 or 5, maybe 6. But they both did their part. But my mom was working a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of the memories I have of, like, I don't want to say parenting, but like
being raised
were with either of my grandmas.
Yeah.
So they're both, and they're both.
So you skipped that natural generational,
right?
Kind
like
of that starting to shift.
Every generation gets, more and more progressive as time goes on.
10% better or whatever.
Yeah, however you want to look at it. I don't necessarily think that's entirely true, but, both my grandmas were raised in large families, had very strict upbringings, and so
wasn't Grandma Rock like super Southern?
Yeah, hillbilly. Not
okay.
They're both of my grandmas were hillbillies.
Okay.
One was from Arkansas. The other, well, it might have been Arkansas too. I don't remember at this second, but they're both. Yeah, I guess if that's the South to you, that's
yeah.
If that's the South, that's the South. It is what it is.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
They were Southern in my eyes.
Anything south of Ohio is
right,
and even parts of Ohio is Southern to me. So
yeah. But so they had very traditional values.
Yeah.
They were both extremely hard workers. My Grandma Rock had a lot of brothers and sisters. I'm not recalling the number right now, but it was more than 5.
Yeah.
And she was the caregiver. Because both.
Was she the oldest?
Yeah, she's the oldest, so she was helping the family business with their diner and this and that and cooking all the meals and so on and so. There was a lot of strictness, but I've also tons of love.
Yeah.
In that, and so I want to instill a lot of those values in Oliver, but I also want to skip some of the not so great things that come from, Southern women of that generation.
Traditional.
Southern white women of that generation, God love them both, but they did not have politically correct ideals.
Sure.
So, skip that stuff, but try to instill as much of the other good stuff as I can. But yeah, I mean, like, how I was raised is different than how I want Oliver to be raised. So
I feel like I tell Oliver a lot, like, it's okay to feel your emotions and it's okay to have those emotions, but it's how we manage them and process them is kind of what makes the difference.
Yeah, and I don't have like a script or anything
to
go over with him, but like he naturally will come to you when he has problems, and I think I would do the same between my mom and dad. And
yeah,
I think that's universal across the board with most people because women have that natural maternal instinct for most of the time. So as a child, you look to your mom.
Yeah,
but I don't think I'd ever shy away from those conversations. We've talked about things, especially when he's having like a really rough day or he's had, difficult, a difficult week or whatever it may be. I try to actively sit down and talk to him about it, try to get whatever's really going on out of him, and at least show him that, it's okay to have those feelings. Now we got to process them and deal with them.
Maybe we just don't push
way.
Kids down on the playground.
Yeah, whatever it may be.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
What he was yelling at the teacher one day, and that's a big thing with me is respect.
Yeah,
especially, and it's all around him. From me, he's in karate, and Master Amir is all about showing respect, eye contact when you're speaking with somebody. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All of that. So hopefully that stuff is just instilled osmosis. He's just being around it enough.
I think we have a bit of a challenge on our hands as far as that is concerned. I think
for sure.
And I don't think it's him as a kid. I think it's, I think the ADHD plays a big part in that because the retention isn't there for him.
Right. Well, and the world that he lives in, that's not super common anymore. Yeah. It's slipping away with a lot of those other values from previous generations.
Yeah.
So it's some of the good stuff is, getting thrown out with the baby, throwing the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
but that doesn't mean we can't.
Right.
We can see it.
We can see it and do what we do on our end.
And emulate it.
Yep.
So what else? What are other... we kind of went way off, and that's okay, but... the differences?
Oh, a big one that I see is your friends.
Oh.
And
how so?
Well, it might just be me, but I feel like I'm not like a lone wolf in this scenario, so to speak. Like, I don't have a ton of friends, and it's very difficult for me to go out and make friends.
Sure.
So, by proxy or by proximity, I meant to say, like I'm friends with TC and Eric and all of your friends. Husbands or significant others have become my friend.
Yeah.
And I have friends from, back in the day,
sure.
high school. And I'm keeping up with as many of them as I can. Obviously not as many as I'd like to or as often.
You guys are all pretty transplanted.
Right, but there's always, if I were to show up, at Doug's house tomorrow, we'd hang out, and I haven't seen him in a year.
Yeah.
Maybe, 9 months, whatever it is. I haven't seen him in a very long time or talked to him even really. Every once in a while, glancing, hey, what's up? Or, through fantasy football, we'll, chat or talk shit to one another. But, we just pick back up right where we left off. It's, no harm, no foul. You weren't here.
Sure.
Oh, but now you are. And, it's.
And now you won't be again.
Right. It's like, if you're a kid, you find a toy that you
haven't played with
in a while, and you just pick it up and you play it again.
Yeah.
It's not a worse toy, or you don't harbor a grudge against it.
Yeah.
And, I feel like that might be the case with women sometimes. You guys keep that constant, there's always, you guys have a group text with, I don't know what, 9 girls or more. Or
6.
Whatever. But, that's always going.
Yeah.
And I know guys have friend groups that they have that stuff with, but it's not like I can't count on my hands or and feet together how many friends you have.
Yeah.
We could fill our house up with your friends, and I could, I could fill a car up with mine. Yeah. It'd be an SUV, but still.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think that women hold these different groups of, I'll take some more of that.
Okay.
Like, speaking for me, like, I have different groups of friends. You know what I mean? Like, I
do, but I don't, because I don't understand that. But I don't have a lot of friends.
But I think that's the difference, is that I have these different groups of friends from different times in my life for different things in my life that I hold in different regards. No better, no worse, but...
Okay, yeah. I guess I understand that.
You know what I mean? And so, like my core group of friends here in Kalamazoo rarely overlaps with my girlfriends that I have from back home.
Right.
But I'm no better friends with one than the other.
Yeah.
I just have these different groups of friends that don't necessarily overlap. And I do have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I have a lot of girlfriends, and the amount of bridesmaids dresses that I own is proof of that.
This is probably more an Ashley John difference than it is men and women. I feel like I might be the weird one in this scenario.
Maybe.
That's understandable.
That's all right. It happens.
It's part of not liking people and all that.
But okay, killer. Oh my God. Are you done? We're busy.
Nope. Gonna keep going.
Shotzy's digging at the pillow to make himself more comfortable.
And 1,
every
2.
How many circles?
Flop.
Today?
Just 2.
Every time we fucking record, that dog does something.
Of course he does.
To interrupt.
Because you're not paying any more attention to him.
No, he needs constant attention.
Or be touching you. And he doesn't like being on the floor. So this situation's a problem.
It's very tough for him.
If this were a couch,
he'd be very happy.
On someone's lap.
He'd be very happy. When you were talking about the friend thing, I had something come to my mind and I fucking lost it.
Fucking dog.
He interrupted and...
Sorry.
It's okay. Crap. I'm so upset that I can't remember what it was. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the things that you and I can talk about, they could very well just be Ashley John differences.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm sure. I mean, we're certainly not the, perfect example of a couple in America. I wouldn't say we're the norm. We're probably fairly close, but
we're definitely not the worst.
Well, nobody was putting a good or bad on.
Oh,
better or worse.
Well, that's just kind of how I took it.
No, like the average, the normal.
What is normal?
I don't know. Not us though. But we're in the arena of normal, I would imagine.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Okay.
So I enjoy playing, but like and again, I don't think that that's normal, but like, what is it with the fantasy sports?
Oh, I mean,
And again, this is not coming from like a
it's
me
purely
and you are different because I thoroughly enjoy playing fantasy football. I hated fantasy basketball because it was too much fucking work, and I hated fantasy baseball because it was also too much work.
Yeah.
Fantasy football is once a fucking week.
Yep.
And then you move on.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a lot of men out there who invest a lot of time and a lot of money in all of these fantasy sports, fantasy baseball, basketball, football, NASCAR, hockey.
Yeah, it's their identity.
And they invest so much time and energy and effort. And like a lot of women, most women don't. And if they do, like me, like if you invested all of your time, energy, and effort into all of the fantasy stuff, even though I play fantasy football with you, I'd be fucking irritated.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So, but like, where does that come from?
Oh, it's. I mean, I enjoy fantasy sports. Not to the degree that you're, talking about, but like, I could probably get there. It's, but it's a lot of things. It's competitive. You can gamble. So, there's the competitiveness alone is what most people are probably drawn to it because they don't have a different way to compete, or at least they don't have.
There's no other outlet for that.
Right. I mean, you can always go play basketball somewhere or do something competitively other than fantasy sports, but it's very easy. It's out there. It's in your face. It's, again, there's other advantages to it. There's money. There's the social aspect of it, and, you can boost your ego if you're good at it. And so there's a lot of stuff to it. But that goes into everything. There's video games, a lot of, especially.
Let's add that to the list.
Especially since the start of the pandemic, video games have fucking exploded competitively. Yeah. E-League was always, it was always, but it's been a big thing for a while. Yeah. But like, it's not even sanctioned stuff now from like major companies, but like there's Twitch streamers that just throw a $5,000 tournament with their buddies. Yeah. And, for them, obviously, some of that's, again, monetary type stuff. Like, not only could you win that prize, but they're going to generate tons of viewers and, revenue from that. But there's also the competitiveness. And then, but that's what it is. It's all of those things combined that men are, like, wired for.
Yeah. And I know that it does, but, like, does the fact that it gives you an outlet, an opportunity to like check out of the real world, so to speak.
Oh, for sure.
Play into that.
Yeah, with all of it, fantasy football, video games. Yeah. I play Dungeons and Dragons. Right. For that reason.
And I feel like for women, that side of it is like wine night with their girlfriends or.
Right.
It's more in person, like tangible type stuff. Yep. Than it is for men.
For sure. Yeah. And again, women aren't as competitive. That's not
it's not a bad thing. Yeah. It is what it is.
And it's.
You're clearly not talking about Laura and I, but.
Right. And there's tons of women that are competitive. That's what I was trying to get across is like, but by and large, women aren't super competitive. Yeah. They're more collaborative and looking to help people. Yeah. Again, that's that maternal instinct, paternal instinct. Men are driven to provide and be strong and fight for this and that. And women are there to, nurture and all of the other fun stuff that mothers do. So, but, women don't get into the competitive, nitty gritty, like, again,
typically
a woman's not going to spend 5 hours researching the
running backs
in the NFL, or
yeah,
you know, we both didn't enjoy fantasy basketball all that much. I particularly despised it, but I still would spend an hour a week devoted to it, looking up stats, who's playing well, who has the better lineup this week,
right?
Or who's got better games against worse defenders, and like I would get into that depth of it because
the details and the nitty gritty.
Yeah, because I'm competitive and I have that drive inside of me as a man to beat everybody at everything.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. So what is it then that, like, what can people take from this, from you and I? Like, how do we manage this between the two of us? How do we make, quote unquote, make it work? Like, what is it that I give you that you appreciate as far as differences between men and women are concerned?
Yeah, I mean, it's cliche, but it's, a yin and yang situation. We both fill each other's voids. Mm-hmm. We are strong where the other is weak. Both for good and bad.
Yeah.
You are extremely stubborn, and I am quick to try to find the flip side of the coin, put myself in those shoes. And, so it's difficult to have a disagreement between ourselves.
Yeah.
Because of that, we both come at it from completely polar opposite directions, and it's hard to reconcile some stuff, but by and large, you're good at what I'm bad at.
Yeah.
Talking to people, making friends. I'm better at doing man things.
Fixing said things for my friends.
Sure. Yeah. I could set, I mean, were they not your friends, I'd be a rich man. I'd already have my own handyman business. Remodeled Anne's entire house.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I didn't. I fixed a fence.
I think there were some other things in there.
There were, but
you fixed an entire porch for Lar.
That's true.
And then I put a putty knife through my finger. I think for me is that we have found a way to allow each other like that grace, right? Knowing that there's those differences. Like I try not to push you when you're in a funk. I know recently I have been pushing you, but
yeah, because recently it's been more and more frequent and bigger.
Yeah. And so, but up until recently, I try not to push you.
Yeah.
Because I know that you're either going to figure it out, and if you can't, eventually you will talk to me about it.
Yep.
So I try not to push. I try to give you the grace and the space that you need to decompress from a day of work by going and playing your video games or doing whatever it is you need to do, because I think that as an adult, you understand that there's also a time and place. And so when we need to eat, we eat.
Yep.
And when we need to run errands, we run errands. When there's shit to do around the house, we get the shit done. So because you do all of those things, typically without me having to ask over and over and over and over again, I give you whatever space you want or need to do the things that bring you joy.
Yeah, within reason. Yeah, I could sit in there and play video games all day long, but
that's what I mean. But you understand that that's not
true,
a feasible thing. And,
yeah,
and so that's why I let you do what you do.
Yeah,
I say let you like you're my child. That's
right.
why it's okay that you do what you do, because
that is another thing though. Like I and I'm sure a lot of like-minded men. I don't want to say all men,
sure,
because I 100% know that's not the case. But like, I would prefer you to, say, "Hey, no, you need to go do this," or "I need you to take care of this for me, turn the video game off. Because, again, like I said, otherwise I would be up there all day.
Well, and I think that that's the nice thing is that I don't have to do that.
No, you don't have to. I'm on top of my shit for the most part. I don't, but that's the other thing. I don't start until I can.
Yeah, yeah, and I think over the years I've gotten like light years better of just saying, "Can you take the garbage out?" Instead of saying, "Hey, when you have a second, I don't need you to do it right this moment, but if you could please, it would help me a lot if eventually you could take out the garbage."
Yeah. Just say it. Just tell me.
I feel
Don't give me an out. Don't give me an out because I'm going to use it.
I feel like I've gotten a lot better at being more direct and knowing that that's not a personal thing on me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't need to take it personally that I asked for help.
Yeah.
I just need you to do something. You can't read minds, and so I'm just going to ask you to fucking do it.
Yeah. And so that
that's okay.
That very well could be a reason why we work well together is because of your ability to, probably get over that womanly instinct to like drop hints or not be direct about it. You like you said, you have learned the right way, and I feel it's probably been very good for us.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because like I said, I'm not lazy. I'm not,
No.
I'm not any of those things. But like, if you give me an out to not do the thing that I don't want to do,
yeah,
I'm going to take the out.
Yeah.
So if you don't give me the opportunity, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go take care of the thing, and I'm not going to be mad or bothered by it. But, if there's a better option, why wouldn't I turn that way? So
I think we're all like that.
You've done a good job with that.
Yeah.
So.
And for me, it was like I had to get, because I never wanted to be a quote unquote nag. Right? I never wanted to come off that way. I never wanted to be perceived that way. And so I felt like, especially when we first started living together and when we first got married, I felt like if I did say, "Can you please help me with the dishes?" Or, "When you get home from work today, can you put the dishes away?
Yeah.
I'm tired of doing dishes." I felt like a nag.
Right.
I felt like I wasn't pulling my own weight.
Yeah.
I felt like I was a bother for asking you for help.
Yeah.
And then you used to tell me, I will never forget for as long as I live, you used to tell me all the time, like, I'm not upset when you ask me to do things, but I can't read your mind either. You have to tell me if you want me to do something because I don't know if you don't tell me.
Oh, yeah. I have zero intuition.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell when somebody's mad.
Sure.
But I can't read minds. I'm not good at picking up social cues.
Yeah. You were always like, if you want something done, just tell me. I'm not going to get upset that you told me you want something done.
Right.
Just tell me you want it done and I'll do it.
If I'm talking too much or being an idiot in front of your friends, fucking give me the look. Don't just let me dig myself deeper, because I'm not going to pick up on the rest of the room.
Right. Right. So I would say that would be to combat that, like, men versus women things.
Yeah.
Specifics. Like, I think the direct avenue is the way to go.
Yeah. From a woman to a man perspective. Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely. And obviously vice versa from man to woman. It's, me telling you, go clean up breakfast. That doesn't work.
Right.
It didn't today.
No.
Prime example.
No,
you
didn't not
leave the upstairs.
Breakfast.
Had I said, I would super appreciate it if you went downstairs when you got a second. And if you don't, it's fine. It is what it is. But if you could, please go downstairs and clean up breakfast. It'd be a big help to me. Would that have got you to go do it?
Yeah, because you were kind.
Well, see, there you go.
Do you see what I like? But I think that's the biggest difference, right? Is you have to be direct with men and ginger with women.
Emotion versus logic.
Yeah.
Type scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good takeaway.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I said it, so yeah, I do think that's, yes.
I do think that's accurate since it came from my mouth.
I was the one that said it. I was you caught me off guard as to what you were trying to get me to go say here. Like,
I think it's because we've been going for too long. Anyway, this is fun. I kind of like doing episodes with you every now and then.
But hey,
I like throwing you off and not giving you any.
You like seeing me sweat?
I do a little.
I am dripping right now.
I don't know why. It's just me and you.
And the rest of the world.
I mean, we're not that big yet. I appreciate your confidence.
You say that. You say that right now. But 20 years down the line, when you know there's a TV show and a movie and all this, somebody's going to go back and listen to this podcast.
Listen, ladies, get you a hype man like John Rock.
Hey.
TV show.
But hey, they're going to listen to it and they're going to know John was nervous and he was sweating.
He was sweating bullets.
Thinking about you out there 20 years in the future.
Shitting his pants.
I know. Not that much.
I'm going to bring it up. I can't wait till I'm famous.
I didn't shit my pants.
I know. But the sweating bullets, I'm going to bring up all the nerves in every episode you've ever been in with us.
Yeah, again, but I'm socially awkward. So I'm talking to potentially billions of people. That's a big responsibility that I'm not ready for.
You're really cute. And you're smiley because the wine is kicking in. You guys, we finished a whole bottle of wine during this episode.
I finished a whole bottle of wine.
I had 2 glasses.
Kinda.
I'm going to finish this one.
Right.
Somebody has to talk, and I can't drink and talk at the same time.
I'm pretty good at talking, though.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
We just went over this.
I know. I'm not even talking right now. I'm not close enough to the microphone.
Much better.
Sorry.
Much better. I'm going to have to turn you up when we
I feel like it's
this.
in my mouth, though.
It's not.
No? Okay.
All right, you guys. Apparently the Chianti was really good. I'll have to post a picture because I don't blame John. I was reading it and it was difficult to read. I can't imagine trying to say it. So
yeah, no, I'm not like Laura. I'm way better at that than that I'm leading on here.
So give it to me one more time. What was the wine called?
Oh Jesus. Collezione di Paolo.
Oh, we have an accent.
Yep.
45 minutes later, you
Giada.
guys.
Got my Giada on.
Listen, you guys, grab a bottle of Chianti, be direct with your male partner and emotionally kind with your female partner, and just realize that chaos is going to be everywhere because chaos is inevitable.
But that's why there's wine.
So much wine. Thanks for listening, you guys. I love that you came in with that ending. I'm so proud of you.
Hey.